Good Thursday morning from the National Weather Service here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're coming to you with the routine Thursday weekly briefing that encompasses Central North Carolina from the period today, March 5th, through March 11th of next week, 2020. As always, if you're tuning in a little bit after the fact via our social media accounts or email, I highly recommend going to weather.gov/Raleigh for the latest weather information. That'll have the updated forecast straight from us here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh. And a lot can change here in a couple days, so certainly stay tuned, especially if you're tuning in a little bit after this broadcast. So here's take a look at the morning radar picture. And as you guys can see, Central North Carolina has mostly dry air to the north, but we're starting to see more and more of these showers begin to spread northwards out of the Gulf of Mexico. So we're really starting to see a shower coverage press north. We're expecting this trend to continue throughout the day. And most of the area, especially those south and east of Interstate 85, is going to see some at least scattered, if not widespread, shower activity this afternoon and evening, and likely persisting into the overnight hours tonight. As this initial band of area low pressure begins to spin and progress from the southwest to northeast before pushing off the coast early tomorrow morning. So if you're not currently seeing rain now, expect rain to start spreading in pretty gradually as the day continues, and most will be getting wet by the evening commute this afternoon and evening. So taking a look at the greater picture here, we have this area low pressure out of the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to push to the north and east through today before progressing offshore tonight and to tomorrow. And that's going to allow for a wet period today and tonight with a cooler but more windy period tomorrow and into the weekend. Can't rule out a stray shower, maybe Friday afternoon and evening as the upper low begins to progress to the north and east. But for the most part, I think the breezy conditions are going to be the most notable weather feature when it comes to your Friday and early Saturday time period. And over the weekend, we should have a cool but dry weather pattern overhead. We'll have high pressure that's going to settle just east off the coast as we progress into early next week, and that could bring the next chance of rain, but not until Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll have about a 3 to 4 day stretch there of some quieter, cooler, and drier conditions as we push ahead through this period. When it comes to thunderstorm, we're really not expecting much in the way of activity, especially when it comes to severe weather. But we could have a rumble of thunder or two south of Raleigh here in the next 12 hours or so. Best chance of seeing that will be later this afternoon and evening, but diminishing as we get into the overnight hours. And no areas of thunder or even severe weather expected this weekend with high pressure beginning to settle in. When it comes to the rainfall amounts, really what we see in the next 12 to 24 hours is going to be the most of the story, at least in the 7-day period. We can see anywhere from up to an inch across the far southern and eastern portions of the state, with getting closer to more of a tenth of an inch as you get closer into the Triad region of North Carolina. Tomorrow, Friday, we could see maybe a couple of showers, especially along and east of US 1, but we're expecting quieter, cooler, and drier conditions Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday next week, with maybe some shower chances returning as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday portion of the forecast period. Taking a closer look at that 7-day total, again, most of this is going to fall in the next 12 to 24 hours, where you can get anywhere from a quarter to a half inch along and northwest of US 1 and Interstate 85 there. Maybe a half inch to an inch near the Triangle region and just to the southeast, with that inch plus amounts most likely in the Wilmington area and outside of our forecast area here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh. So not looking at significant rainfall amounts, but certainly some more wetting rain coming your way as we progress throughout the day today into tonight. Just a quick reminder, we're a little bit over halfway through our severe weather preparedness week here in North Carolina. That's going to run through March 7th, so through this Saturday. And today's topic is lightning. And of course, one of the favorite sayings that we have here at the National Weather Service, and a good reminder as we get into more of the outdoor season, is when thunder roars, go indoors. There's really no place outside that is safe during thunderstorms. So if you're able to hear thunder, certainly take action and to get into a safe shelter until that storm passes safely overhead. As we progress into tomorrow, we'll be talking more and more about flash flood safety. So certainly tune in to our website. There's a link right at the top of the page, and you can follow along. And we had a very successful tornado drill yesterday for the state, and you can get a lot more information from our website. Just use the link that you see at the very top of the page. So a quick summary for today. We're expecting rainfall to spread north slowly and continue into the overnight hours. Gusty winds along with a few isolated showers are possible tomorrow. But behind that, drier conditions along with some cooler weather expected to settle in with high pressure overhead as we progress through the weekend. The next chance of appreciable rainfall will be arrive along a cold front Tuesday and Wednesday of early next week. And that persistent amount of rain that we've seen the last several days are expecting to keep our drought concerns minimal, at least as we head into the spring season. And that always is good news, especially when we're concerned about maybe fire weather becoming active. But right now, we're looking at plenty of wet conditions. We're no longer looking at significant flooding along our area rivers, which is good news. And with only about an inch expected over the next 7 days, we shouldn't see too much in the way of water rises along those rivers. So a quick look at the next 5 days. High today, probably happening right around now, especially if you're in the Raleigh area and points north. When that rain spreads in, we're expecting some of those cooler conditions to arrive. And we should see falling temperatures as we go through this afternoon and evening with a low around 39 degrees tonight. Friday and Saturday, we're looking at highs right around the mid-50s or so, with highs getting back into the 60s by Sunday, Monday, with that high pressure settling offshore. But enjoy the sunshine, as sunshine will be prevalent at least through Tuesday morning of early next week. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause the presentation, and happy to answer any questions you may have.